Welcome back. Today we're in Boston. In this ultimate lounge showdown, we're taking you inside 6 different lounges at Boston Logan International Airport. We'll be checking out the Chase Sapphire Lounge, the Air France Lounge, the Lounge, and 3 Delta SkyClubs. So how do these airport clubs stack up against each other? Are they really premium? And which one is the best place to spend time before your next flight out of Boston? We're stepping inside and giving you a full tour. Plus, we'll tell you what you need to access each lounge. Welcome to Travel at Random. We're Trevor and Ryan. This channel started out of a love of travel. We're here to share unbiased and self-funded trip reports, hotel and flight reviews, and travel advice. We hope we inspire your next getaway. We have dozens of videos, so for even more content, check out the playlist in the description and browse the channel. If you enjoy the video, please hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content. You can also check out our channel memberships here and on Patreon for even more content. Thank you for watching. Welcome to Boston Logan International Airport, code BOS. With over 43 million total passengers in 2025, this is the 16th busiest airport in the US. The largest operators here are JetBlue and Delta. The airport is comprised of 4 terminals. B, C, and E are all connected airside. Delta operates a domestic hub out of Terminal A. Delta's international flights from Boston typically fly out of Terminal E. There is a shuttle between A and E, but you need to exit security to use it. This was the 3rd airport to get a Delta One lounge. We're not flying in Delta One today, but there are 3 additional Delta SkyClubs here, and we're going to be checking them out. Before we hop into the lounge tours, we do want to point out that American Airlines and United both operate lounges at Boston, as do a few international carriers. For the purposes of this showdown, we're sticking to 6 lounges that are available to Delta, Priority Pass members, and credit card lounges. Amex is working on a Centurion lounge, but as of the time of this video, it's still under construction. Let's start out with the Delta SkyClub in Terminal E. The SkyClub can be found in the center of the terminal near gate E13, just upstairs from the large open area.
Unfortunately, not today.
While we don't have access to the Delta One lounge, we do have access to the SkyClub. Since we're going to show 3 Delta SkyClubs, the same access rule applies to all 3. There are a few ways to access the Delta SkyClub. Passengers who are traveling on a Delta One ticket can access the SkyClub. One big note, domestic first class tickets do not get access. Also, the Delta branded Platinum American Express cards do not provide access. The American Express Platinum card and Delta Reserve card will get you a limited number of entries based on the card. You can remove this limit by spending $75,000 a year, however, there are no free guests. The Amex Reserve Delta card does give you 4 guest passes once per year. You can also access the club with the American Express Centurion card. If you don't have an American Express card, you can access the Delta Sky Club with a membership. Currently, only Delta Elite Medallion members can buy a SkyClub membership, and memberships are available as an individual or executive membership. The latter allows 2 complimentary guests. Memberships can be purchased with money or Sky Miles. Delta has fairly complex entry rules, so always check their SkyClub page on delta.com if you need more clarification. The Delta Sky Club in Terminal E opened in August of 2023 and is co-located with the Delta One Lounge, which opened in 2024. This lounge is 21,000 square feet. Its design is meant to reflect the Boston Harbor, and it has views over the harbor and skyline of Boston. This lounge is currently open from 5 a.m. to midnight daily. First impressions, this lounge is massive. It's broken into several areas and is quite long. With the high ceiling, it feels open and expansive.
So Ryan, what's better than a airline lounge?
How about one that is completely empty?
Completely empty.
Completely empty.
We were here midday on a weekday, and most of the international flights depart in the afternoon and evening. The centerpiece is a visually stunning 2-sided bar. Here you can grab complimentary beer, wine, and spirits, with premium selections for a fee. Premium drinks in the Sky Club can be paid for with money or Sky Miles. At the far end of the lounge is a decent buffet. The food here was well presented and quite good. There were the 3 to 4 standard hot options and some soups, including New England style chowder. I'm not saying that with a Boston accent. There's a wide enough selection to eat something light or put together a full meal. There are a couple of non-alcoholic drink stations in the lounge. These feature a standard selection of drip coffee, self-service espresso machines, a variety of teas are also on offer, and they even had a hot chocolate station during our visit. As we said, this lounge is huge. The different areas offer places to sit at tables, comfy chairs, and loungers. There are also foam pods available. There were extra seating areas that were closed off, so there's even more room to expand if it gets busy. When speaking with the bartender, she said this lounge rarely gets anywhere near capacity, which is just unheard of at most Delta SkyClubs. There are large and clean restrooms near the Delta One entrance. Next to the restrooms are multiple shower rooms that you can reserve using the self-serve kiosks. The views are expansive, but not really in a way that lets you plain spot. The Wi-Fi here was fast, easy to connect, and the passcode is posted throughout the club. This is a gorgeous lounge. It's one of the newest Sky Clubs and follows the newer styling. The lounge was spacious and large. It's well decorated and was a nice place to spend some time today. Domestic lounges tend to have more limited selections, but we thought the food was good with plenty of options to make lunch. It also doesn't hurt that this lounge was absolutely empty.
That one's going to be hard to beat. I think that was probably the best Sky Club we've been in.
It is one of the nicest Sky Clubs. It did not hurt that it was very empty.
That is what lounges, airline lounges are supposed to be like, relaxing environments. And I thought that was what that was.
All right, let's head over to the Air France lounge since it's close by. This lounge is located in Terminal E near Gate E4. We found this one a little hard to find. If you're walking from the other terminals, it's tucked back under the escalators. If you're coming from the E gates, there is an elevator that you can take, or you can walk down to the escalator and double back. It's below the gate level. Business class passengers on KLM and Air France have access, of course, but this is also a Priority Pass lounge. Priority Pass holders are allowed access between 8 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. daily if space is available. The Air France Lounge just reopened in August of 2025 after undergoing a renovation. The lounge is 5,900 square feet. The space is very bright with plenty of white walls and stark blue accents. The lounge wraps around and has a few separate areas. The lounge is open from 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. daily. We're accessing this via the Priority Pass, which as we mentioned, gives us access until 2:30. The lounge was not crowded at noon on a weekday when we visited. There is a small bar in the center just past reception, and it has a limited selection but offers complimentary beer, wine, and spirits. Around the corner near the only window is the buffet. It has a European flair with some salads, cold cuts, and a few hot items. The food was okay, enough for a quick meal before a flight. It was not as extensive as the Delta Sky Club. There is one self-service espresso drink machine and tea available as well. There are a few seating areas. There are comfy chairs with small side tables, some dining tables near the window and the buffet, and this area was well spaced out. There is a dedicated area for first-class passengers, but honestly, it was a little sad, and if we were flying in La Premiere, we probably wouldn't sit here anyway. There is a small separate work area and a quiet room. This lounge does feature restrooms, and checking our notes, we said, high school boys restroom, and we'll leave it at that. There are no showers in this lounge. Views from this lounge are very limited. There is a single window and it's low on the ground. There is free Wi-Fi, which was fast. The access code was posted around the club. This lounge was okay, but it would probably feel a bit claustrophobic when crowded. It was plenty comfortable and had all of the amenities you'd expect, but it was a bit austere, and there was a limited selection of food and drink. It wasn't amazing, but they do make decent use of the space, and the seating areas were distinct. It didn't seem very well staffed, but we were here outside of the times when Air France has flights.
I'd have to say, if I were flying a SkyTeam airline out of Terminal E in Boston, I would go to the Delta Lounge.
Let's leave the international terminal and walk over to Terminal C. Our next lounge is The Lounge, aka the Club Boston. This is an independent lounge and is located in Terminal C across from Gate C19. This lounge accepts Priority Pass, Lounge Key, and also sells day passes. This lounge is available regardless of which airline or class of service you're flying in. If you're accessing this lounge via Priority Pass, you can pre-reserve your entry via the app. The lounge opens daily at 6 a.m. and closes at 10 p.m. on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, it's open until 10:30. The lounge was not super crowded when we visited midday on a weekday. There is a small bar offering complimentary beer, wine, and cocktails. Non-alcoholic drinks including coffee and teas are also available from a self-service drink station. Across from the bar is a U-shaped buffet featuring a small selection of fresh food. Lunch was set out during our visit and featured salads, sandwiches, and soup. The lounge features a variety of comfy chairs along the windows looking out at the nearby gates. Over by the bar you'll find bistro tables and chairs. Near the back of the lounge are some rather worn out chairs and workstations. This lounge does feature private restrooms, they were clean and they did the job. Overall, this is a decent option if your flight is departing from a nearby gate and you want to grab a quick bite. We wouldn't venture over here if our flight was in another terminal. Next, we're heading to Terminal B to check out the Chase Sapphire Lounge. The Chase Sapphire Lounge is located in Terminal B near the connection to Terminal C. The closest gate is B40. The entrance is on the gate level and you'll take an elevator up to the lounge. To access a Chase Sapphire Lounge, you will need a Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card. If you have a priority pass through a non-Chase card, you're allowed one complimentary visit per year. There aren't listed time restrictions, but if it's busy, priority will be given to Chase card holders. You can also pay $100 for a day pass. Both of these methods are space dependent, and if the lounge is busy, they will turn you away. This lounge opened in May of 2023 and is over 11,000 square feet. The space is very nicely laid out, and there are several distinct areas. The styling is very sleek. This lounge is open daily from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. The lounge was pretty empty on a weekday morning just before noon. You can order drinks to your table or at the main bar. The bar is a large golden centerpiece with great views. There's a secondary pub-style area across from the bar with beers on tap. There is a food buffet, or you can order a la carte items to your table using the QR code. The buffet here is set out with small plates, and the food was creative and tasty. We were here right between breakfast and lunch, so the a la carte options were unfortunately unavailable. There is a drink station with cold brew and sparkling water on tap, juices, brewed coffee, espresso drink machines, and a bottle filler. We always like to see cold brew. This lounge is spacious with a lot of seating and a good variety. There are 2 dining areas, 2 lounge areas, a private area, and the pub area. Depending on your mood, you have options. There's even a nice space in front of a fireplace. The restrooms here were a decent size and kept clean. There are 2 shower rooms in this lounge, and there are also sleep pods and wellness rooms. You can book these on the portal using the QR code at your seat. The lounge has expansive windows along 2 sides and offers some great views. There is free Wi-Fi, and it was very fast. There are also plenty of outlets to charge up your devices. This is a really nice space, well broken up, and a nice design. The food was excellent. We really enjoyed this lounge. Okay, let's head out to Terminal A to hit the last 2 Delta SkyClubs. The Delta SkyClubs in Terminal A are split between the main terminal and the satellite. The larger lounge is near gate A18 in the satellite, and the smaller near our gate A6. We were going to review both, but after spending a few minutes in the A6 lounge, just go to the other one. It's much larger and much better equipped. The A18 lounge was renovated in 2022 and is about 19,000 square feet. We've already covered the access requirements for a SkyClub, so let's get into the amenities. The satellite lounge is open from 4:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Sunday through Friday. It closes early at 7:30 p.m. on Saturdays. The A6 lounge is open Sunday to Friday from 4:30 a.m. to 9:15 p.m. Saturday it closes at 6:30 p.m. This club has 2 wings with the terminal atrium splitting it in the middle. The side closest to the entrance has seating and drink stations. The buffet and dining area is on the further wing. This lounge was moderately busy, but we found there was plenty of seating. By comparison, the A6 SkyClub was crowded and cramped. There is a large bar on the right side of the lounge near the food buffet. This is a pretty standard SkyClub bar which offers complimentary beer, wine, and spirits with premium selections for a fee. The buffet offered a few hot items, salads, sandwiches, and soup. This was pretty similar in all 3 SkyClubs in Boston. The SkyClub features self-service espresso drink machines as well as teas, water, and soft drinks. As for seating, there's a mix of seating types, including tables and chairs and loungers. The 2 separate areas provided a buffer. There was a darker area in the middle which bridged the 2 sides with a bit of a more modern style. There was also plenty of seating near the windows with good views of the planes. This SkyClub does feature bathrooms and they were kept clean during our visit. There are showers in this lounge and normally you can request one using the self-service kiosk. There were some nice views of the Delta gates and it was starting to snow during our visit. There is Wi-Fi and it's free, but it was quite slow. The Terminal A SkyClubs are perfectly fine, but unless you're in a pinch, skip the A6 lounge if you can. The A18 lounge is larger and has a better bar and buffet. Both of these are pretty standard Delta SkyClubs. There's nothing bad about them, but nothing special either. If you have time and don't mind a walk, go over to Terminal E. All 6 of these lounges offer a space to relax before or between your flights, grab some food, and a drink. Although the Delta SkyClub at A6 is probably the one we'd skip. There are a lot of similarities, including the food, coffee, drinks, Wi-Fi, and a place to charge your devices. So which one was our favorite? This is a tough one today. The Delta SkyClub in E was awesome, but the Chase Sapphire Lounge was, well, just spectacular. Today, we give Chase the win. Boston is a huge airport, by the way, and the walk between terminals is no joke. We clocked almost 3 miles of walking just inside the airport to get to all of these. So if we were flying internationally on SkyTeam, we'd probably just stick to the Delta SkyClub in E because it's much closer. But if you were flying another carrier, the Chase Lounge was one of the nicest lounges we've been to in the US. It's worth going out of your way to visit. What do you think? Do you have a favorite lounge in Boston or somewhere else? Let us know in the comments. Also, do you like seeing these airport lounge tours? Let us know if you'd like to see more of this type of content. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content. On to the next adventure.